Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to a special, what is it, Friday, Friday night session. I don't have a lot of these because I normally don't get as many donations in the evening as I do in the mornings, but I did have a blessed Friday evening. So I didn't get through a ton of free readings. So I'm coming back on to complete free readings from the evening session that I didn't get to in the earlier session. So there's no chat in here. I'm not taking any new requests. This is just to finish up this morning's. After I finish this, I will pin a comment on this video listing the names in order as they are completed. I will be back tomorrow and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you want to bring additional questions, you can catch me then. If you're enjoying these free readings, make sure to give it a little thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love, and you're part of the love tsunami. So thank you guys again so much. So blessed with the donations. Those are how I earn my income and how I live, and enables me to do all the free stuff that I do. So big thank you to all of you that gave donations. And because I know not everyone is able to give donations, that's why I like to come back on and provide this service to my community. So big thanks to all of you. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to continue to use this beautiful deck, the Sanctus Concordia Tarot deck by Christopher Lee. There is a link in the description box of the video to the website, and he's offering 10% off for my followers. And that's part of the link, and it has the code there too. So if you're interested, beautiful, beautiful deck. I'm loving these. All right, so we had left off with Dollface Diva. So you will be up first, and you wanted to know if there was anything that Spirit wants you to know at this time. So let's take a look here and see. What does Spirit want you to know at this time? All right, there we go. Boom, boom. 2 cards came flying out here. Wow, and you've got both the 9 of Wands and the Queen of Wands coming in here. 9 of Wands is normally like a barrier, an energetic barrier that's keeping you from moving forward on things. But I love the combination of these two coming in together, because as that Queen of Wands, it shows that you have the authority and the power to move through an energetic barrier that's been holding you back. The Queen of Wands has a great focus. She's able to really super accomplish things because she can put her energy to things and they really move forward. She also has a great connection to the spirit world. So if you're unsure of how to get past something, how to move past something, you have this ability to connect your eye in the sky and ask them, what is it? How can I accomplish this? How can I move past it? They really honor your free will. So they, until you ask, they're like, okay, we'll let you give it a try. It's like a little, toddler that, let me do it. I want to do it. And you're like, okay, go ahead. If you need any help, I'm here. And they're watching, making sure we don't hurt ourselves, blow things up. And they will give us those nudges to let us know that they're there, repeating numbers, synchronicities all over the place, flickering lights, whatever it may be, they will, show that. So I like that for you. So whatever this is, just trust that you have the ability to move through it. And if you're unsure of how to move through something, just ask Spirit and they'll give you the skinny on how to do it. So I like that for you, Dollface Diva, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Jean XO, hello, hello, love. You want to ask how the Virgo currently feels towards you and ask the underlying energies. If you asked that earlier today, I did complete that as well. If this is the Virgo you're talking about, it feels like someone asked about a Virgo. I did a lot of reading, so who knows if it was you. But if so, there's additional information there too. Let's see what else they want you to know here about Virgo's current feelings towards you. Anything else? All right. And then the underlying energy, we'll start off with that. We have the 8 of Pentacles, which does show movement, right? In the outside world, because of the blood, the sweat, the tears. It's you've been investing in the energy, um, with this relationship. And so things will progress forward here. Let's take a look here. Yeah, there is some transformation. just some work that's been going on here because the Five of Wands is movement from energy of lower vibrational fear energies into higher vibrational, something that felt combative and conflicting into something more loving and friendly. And I like that. The Temperance, not Temperance, the Justice card, balancing of the scales. There is this necessity with all of this, and this is part of the Eight of Pentacles energy, is this understanding what of my lower vibrational fears, my thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, small t truths rooted in fear, understanding them, transforming them into higher capital T truths, things that I've learned and going, why do I feel that way? Why do I believe that way? What is this old, long list of thoughts that have been formed through old emotions that I've felt before? And it's a transformation of these that helps us understand, why do I think that way? Why do I think that that's the way it's supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be? There's a lot of freedom that can be glean from that as we let go of the old ways of believing and we move it into higher ways of approaching and looking at things too. So I feel like there's this energy, like the feelings towards you with all of that. I feel like you're working through those things, they're working through those things. There's a lot of clarity. Of course, Virgo, big thinkers, so that makes sense that they're having this thinking and transferring of the way I approach things, how I want to move things, how I want to do that. And that's what transforms the energy. As their thinking changes, their intentions and their energy changes. As their energy changes, their thoughts and beliefs change. So there's this kind of cycle that they're going through, that they're evolving and moving past things, but just feel like they get caught up a lot in overthinking. And that's kind of what is going on with their feelings. Feelings are put like on a scale, and they're like, okay, we're measuring these feelings, we're analyzing them, and blah 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 blah. It's like, well, can you just feel the feelings? No, 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 gotta understand them first. This is where I feel they're at in their head. So hopefully that makes sense, Jean. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And then Delcy Joy, you are up next. Hey, Delcy, will you be approved for the diversified cash flow account? Allows you to be your own bank. Wow. Let's take a look here and see what energy Spirit wants you to know. Will you be approved based on current energies for that diversified cash flow account? All right, just the one card, huh? Well, you've got the Eight of Swords, which is a flow of thought and belief and mindset. There's some um, changing in how you're approaching things and how you're seeing things first, because the Eight of Swords is about what are the beliefs and mindsets that are blinding me, binding me, keeping me trapped. Eight is it's a flow number, which means you're approaching that and you're seeing that. Bottom of the deck, you do have the Four of Pentacles, which is this solid foundation in the outside world, but there is this change in here that comes in about the focus of the outside world not being able to fulfill us. The Four of Pentacles brings a great lesson that when we define our self-worth by the outside world, we feel unstable because the outside world is unstable. People, relationships, people change, people pass away, people walk away. Situations never stay the same. Things, money, bank accounts, finances, and our possessions, they all deteriorate. They break down, they blow up, they burn down, they're stolen, right? So there's this kind of changing of the mindset, the changing the way of looking at our worth. So I feel like Spirit is kind of saying, whether you're approved or not from this, I almost feel like they're kind of going, take a second look and understand why you're wanting it, where this security is coming from, and we eventually turn inward and upward to find the stability we're looking for, which is the eternal unconditional love of the higher realms. So it's like they're nudging you to go, before you dive off into that, realize the instability of the outside world and go inward and upward and really look at your thoughts and beliefs around why do you want that, what's the at the root of that, how does it relate to your self-worth? Because I feel like there's this change that you, once you understand where it's coming from, you're like, yeah, maybe that's not where I want to go and what I want to do. I just feel like there's clarity that comes in. So that's what they've got for you, Delcy. I feel like you would get approved, but I don't know if they're I kind of feel like they're saying that it wouldn't be for your highest experience, and it's just not as stable um, as we're wanting it to be, if that makes sense. But that's what they have. So hopefully you're like, okay, I'm picking up what they're writing down. You even got the tower card. Things are removed out of your life on purpose for a purpose to make space for things that are more in alignment with your higher self. So I kind of feel like that's the way they want to nudge you. There's something else that they want you to do instead. Clarity to come, I'm assuming. All right. So that's what they've got for you, Delcy. Hopefully that resonates and makes sense for you there. And then Felicia Fing, hello, hello. Let me give these another little shuffle here. All right. So, will you get the job offer for BT? Let's take a look here and see. Is it all right? Will you get the job offer with BT? All right. We've got the Ace of Wands and the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is transformation of emotions from lower vibrational energy to higher vibrational energy. And the Ace of Wands does show whatever you focus your energy on and your passions, it does grow. And I feel like they're telling you here that there's an opportunity of power of choice with this. And if it's truly what you're wanting, if you just change your um the energy you're putting forward, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on gratitude for the jobs that you've had and what's coming in and higher vibration? Because that'll draw in the higher vibrational experiences. That Five of Cups, we can focus on the Three Cups, the jobs that we didn't get, the experiences that we've had, any type of a lower vibrational emotions. That invites more lower vibrational emotions and experiences to come in. So I feel like there's an opportunity for you to get this job if you want it, but it's takes you focusing on the higher vibration, the higher thoughts, and consistently, um, because whatever we focus on the most is what we draw in. If I focus on, 80% higher vibrational and 20% lower, I'm going to eventually draw in higher vibrational. But if it's reversed, this is going to come in very slow and more lower vibrational experiences come in faster, if that makes sense. So it's in your hands where we want it, Felicia. I love it for you. You have the power. Right. So that's what they have for you right now. And then infinity is one. Hello. You like current energy, please. You are very welcome. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about the current energy going on in your life? And we've got, wow, you got this Four of Pentacles, which is the feeling of home, and the Six of Cups, which is childhood home, but also past life connection here too. So I feel like the energy that's going on here now, you're having this draw to things, and I feel like it's this underlying energy of why am I drawn to this person or this place, this feeling of home. And it feels like you wanna move or you wanna go somewhere or visit somewhere or someone, but I feel like it's more somewhere with that Four of Pentacles because that's four walls in the outside world, but it's this feeling of home, and I almost feel like where you have lived hasn't felt like home, like somewhere else has felt like capital H home, and you're, like, drawn there, you're like, "I just love this place, I wanna go visit, I wanna go do it," and it's because you've had past life experiences there, you've lived there before in past lives, and you're drawn there, just really you had such love and family and this, and it might even be overseas, over water with the Six of Swords. So they are in nudging you to go, follow that, and if you wanna go visit it, do it. If you wanna just research it and look at it online if that helps. But whatever you're drawn to, they're like really immerse yourself in that place right now because it's important for you to really kind of stabilize or absorb that energy, this feeling of home. It's bringing it up from these emotions on the inside, and you're like, "I have no idea why," but that's why, because 'cause you've lived there before in a past lifetime. So I'm excited for you to explore that and see what comes up as you look at photos or if you actually go visit it. All right, so that's what they have for you. Many blessings to you. And then Mizrak Bayin, you would like a general for the rest of January. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know about the rest of January. All right, these two. All right. Well, you've got the Judgment card coming in here and the World card, which is two major arcana, significant message here. The World card represents ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. And I like this because the Judgment card is your higher self calling you into what would be your calling and seeing things from a different perspective. So you really are um, I just feel like there's this clarity that's coming in for your life about what it is will make your heart sing. How do you uniquely want to share your unconditional love for the world? I feel like you're finding your dharma, your life purpose. You're getting this new passion for life, like you feel like living instead of existing. And this is what's unfolding here. These next couple weeks, you're just getting wow, I know what I don't want, but this is really something pulling you. And so investigate it, look at it, see if it resonates with your heart. Maybe it's the subject, but how is it going to be your own special way, right? Really look into that. And I feel like that's what's coming here. If I haven't shared with you, I think I did share with you, but if not, Discover Your Dharma by Sahara Rose. Maybe if I do it not behind the microphone, you can read it. But she has a website, iamsahararose.com, and she has some tests on there. You can take some quizzes to find out more about your passions, your drive, like how you want to express yourself. And it brings a lot of clarity. We just finished reading it in my Praying Mantis member group, and wow, what a it even gave me clarity about some other things I want to do to express my life purpose. So, if you're interested, check that out. It's all free there, and then you can always purchase the book if you're like, "Wow, I want more." So that's available. So that's what you have for you, Ms. Rex. So many blessings to you. And then Penelope Colias, hello, hello. You want to know what can you expect for the rest of January in your love life? Let's take a look. What does Spirit want you to know about? I want this one and the top one. All right. All right. Well, you definitely are on a path. You eventually do have marriage here with the Four of Wands for the future. The Seven of Pentacles, though, is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is a fruit. I know, I'm sorry, dear. It is a patience card. It is things are unfolding. They're giving you like, here's the fruit that will come, but it's going to take a little bit of time for it to unfold. And whenever we get like one of these patience cards with love, or really anything. It's happening on purpose for us. Life doesn't go slow to punish us or to see how much they can torture us, though I know sometimes it feels that way, but it's not. It's for us. It's giving us time to raise our love vibration so we don't draw in lower vibrational marriage or relationships. We draw in higher vibrations. So they slow it down to give us time to raise our love vibration by looking at our thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about love and marriage. What are they supposed to be? Me supposed to be, shoulds, need to, all these small t truth beliefs in fears of losing, conditional love, fears of failure, whatever those are. And we release those thoughts that don't serve us anymore, those emotions that don't serve us anymore, allows us to raise that up. As we raise our love vibration, things do start to speed up and they draw us in. It depends on the other person too, how fast they're working on it. But it's like this focus. I'm going to focus on my self love, raising my love vibration higher, my self worth higher. And then that speeds things up. So, they're saying this the rest of January for your love life, focus on you, knowing that you do have that available in your future. The when is dependent upon what they're doing and what you're doing. There's a range that it will happen within. And so the more you work on that, and the more they work on that, the faster you guys come together. So that's what's coming in for you, Penelope. Hopefully that makes sense. But that's the message for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Gina, you are up. Why hasn't your crush reached out to you since you pulled back from your crush? Uh-huh. Well, it makes sense. People are not as brave as we think they are. They're scared too, right? Yeah. So you pulling back did bring them some confusion here with the Seven of Cups. So, when we're in fear, no one all humans have a fear of being rejected. No one wants to be rejected. And they kind of felt this as a rejection. The Three of Pentacles is them trying to be true to their authentic selves here. And when we have this energy that comes in here, it's like, I don't know, I feel like something that happened in their life, they've experienced, and this Three of Pentacles is interesting. They're showing me the three stages of manipulation. And you may not be doing this on purpose, but this is how they're interpreting it, because in their life, I feel like their mother um, and or father learned manipulation when they were younger from their parents. It's been passed down. Almost all humans, we all have, unless you're a Buddhist monk that was raised from being a newborn baby or a young toddler, that went to the monasteries to become a monk for all their life. Maybe they weren't taught manipulation, but you never know. There's three stages of manipulation that we're taught. To get things that we want and to have our way, we will act sad. I call it the sadsies. I'm sad, I'm upset. You didn't do what I wanted you to do, so I'm acting sad. And if that doesn't work, then we'll go to DEFCON 2, which is anger and bullying, and we'll like throw things around and go, I can't believe you didn't, blah, 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 blah. Don't you see how you upset me? And you're not even doing anything about it, and slamming things around, and maybe even physical abuse in some cases, right? And then if that doesn't work, we go to DEFCON 3, which, like we're saying, no one wants to be rejected. So the cold shoulder, the pulling back, that type of thing is how we've learned to manipulate. I was very surprised when I discovered that I was doing that, until one of my relationships told me, I'm not going to follow for your manipulation. I don't do that. So if you want to talk, you talk. Because I used to like walk out of a room and I expected them to come after me, and they didn't, and then I'd get upset. That's the rejection, right? So they're like, you want to talk, talk, you want to walk, walk, and whoa, that broke me of that. Or they would go, you're going to ride the lip to town, cry me a handful when I would act sad. And I realized I had been taught to manipulate or to do that because that's what I thought was normal. And so most people do. But when we realize it, we're like, wow, we realize how much it was done to us, and we realize how much we were doing it to others. And I feel like this is what has been done to them. And so they're seeing you're pulling back as a manipulative tactic. And that's why they haven't reached out to it, because they don't give in to the manipulation, because they used to be manipulated all the time. I feel like it's by like mom. And so they're like, no, I'm not going to fall for that. And they're confused that you pulled back, but they're also like, I'm not going to chase. I'm not going to fall for that. If you want to talk, talk, you want to walk, walk. It's kind of that energy of that. So that's what's coming in, Gina. If you have a crush and you backed off, and they haven't reached out to you, well, then if it's important enough to you, you'll reach out to them and realize, if I want to communicate, communicate. But don't use any of those manipulative tactics, because they won't fall for that. So hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, so there you go. All right, so many blessings to you, Gina. Hang in there. I know those are always fun. Yeah, and if you're like, I don't care, and then move on. The crush has been crushed. All right, so many blessings. Hang in there, my dear. All right, Grace 1111, you wanted a general reading. Let's see, what does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So there's some great transformative energy that's coming in for you here with the 5 of Wands, and that's the 5 is the number of change, Wands is energy that starts off feeling fearful or conflicting, but it transforms into something more friendly, and we're seeing the support that comes here. And the 10 of Pentacles is great. It's the feeling of fullness and wholeness in the outside world. It is abundance. So it could be a relationship too. You can see at the bottom of the card there, they got that beautiful togetherness, it's fullness of life. Um, so I feel like there's this whatever has been standing in the way between you and feeling this fullness and wholeness, you're about to see this change of approach here. And whenever we have transformation of energy, we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So as we're changing our energy, as we're changing our focus, of I'm focused on gratitude rather than fears or lack, then I see things start to change in the outside world because like it does attract like. And so when we change what we're focusing on, the world changes around us, but what we draw to us also changes. So I feel like there is this energy here of, especially if you feel like with the 7 of Pentacles on the bottom, like things are taking forever to come to fruition. And the energy that we're focusing on will allow it to. Lower vibrational energy drags us down. Higher vibrational energy speeds things up too. So it's always a win-win. So just this awareness of what are you focusing on with your energy right now does bring in abundance and this feeling of wholeness. So we like it that it's in your hands, and so you can focus on that and see what unfolds. So I like it. That's what they have for you, Grace. So many blessings to you. And then all these G's, we've got Goddess Angelic Vibes 21111, and you'd like a love reading. So let's take a look here and see what they have for you. All right. So for love. All right. So you've got the 6 of Swords, and 6 of Swords is movement of thought and belief and mindset, letting some old ways of thinking fall away and drop away. And I like that energy for you because you've got the King of Wands here too, which is like a lot like the Emperor energy, which is you're realizing what you're wanting regarding love, right? The King of Wands, fiery, new beginning energy, but it also is when you realize, I've been investing a lot of energy into other people's thoughts and beliefs about what love should be for me, and you're like, wait a minute, is this really what I want? So there's this movement and this change with the 6 of Swords. Allows you're making these decisions about what you're wanting, putting form around it. You're getting kind of clearing out this long list of this is what love has to look like, and you're like scratching things out, going, no, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. You're like zeroing down the list, moving things over into a new way of approaching of what you are wanting out of love, not what you've been told you're supposed to. Adding things onto it, taking things away, and you're putting form around it, and then you're putting energy around it and moving forward. And so this is movement that comes with love when you do that, with all of this. And it's about moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. You have more of a peace of mind too, because you're realizing I'm going after what I want, not what I'm told I'm supposed to. Because when we want something, we really have a lot of passion around it. When it's trying to live up to other things, there's a lot of fear around it. It's not passion, it's anxiety, anxiousness. And we're like, no, when we know what we want, then we don't settle, but we also have passion and we take action for it. So I like that. And that's what's coming in for you, Goddess Angelic Vibes. And if you do, when you're writing things on this list, add things that you're passionate about in life, whether it's pottery, painting, passions you have for your life too, because those are important. And I feel like as you change this energy and you start focusing on the passions, you're not making like finding love a passion and a hobby. you're finding this passion that you like to do. Like pottery is what they use with me. And they show me like going to a pottery place that offers the kiln and the potter's wheel and the clay and the dye and all that kind of stuff because you don't have it at home. And so you go there and you pay a little bit and you can use it all. And you're like, this is so fun. I'm loving this. I'm living this. You're full of clay in your hair and your face and your hands. And then someone goes, "What are you doing with that?" And you're like, "Well, this is what I do with that." And they're like, "What are you doing with that?" And they're like, "I'm doing that." And like, it's so cool. Reminds me of like this African pottery and blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, I love that. And you're like, shut up. And you have this spark of this dual common passion. And they're like, "Hey, you want to grab a coffee after this?" "Yeah, I'd love to." And blah, 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 blah. And you're like, wow, romance passion ignites between the two of you, and that's how you meet them, is doing what you love. So I like that, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings. Right, up next we've got Pramia. Hello, hello. So what is D's intentions towards you and his feelings? All right, let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know. Of course, when we're looking at other people's feelings, they have a lot to do with them, not so much to do with us. That's that famous the famous meme that says other people's thoughts or opinions about us are none of our business, because they're seeing through their eyes, right? So understand that this is all what's going on inside of them. It could have little to do of what um you can't make them feel a certain way. They're all feeling inside of them, and that's outside of your control, if that makes sense. Because they have the 7 of Cups. They got a lot of different emotions going on here. Emotional confusion, feeling so many things. One of the things they have is joy, celebration, and this is the marriage card, the 4 of Wands, and that's one of the many cups that they have around you. A lot of emotional confusion. I don't feel like they understand what it is that they truly are feeling. I feel like they're just in this swirl, this tornado of emotion, and they're just like it's like when you see a cow. If you ever watch The Wizard of Oz, you can see she's looking out the window of her house while it's spinning around in the tornado, and she's seeing, the person on the bike go by. They're seeing this go by, a cow go by, and it's like, oh my gosh, what is that? They're just seeing all these emotions fly around them, and I don't feel like they've got a real good sense of how they feel about you, because they don't have a real good sense of how they feel about themselves. A lot of emotional confusion, and they're, I was going to say, they're in this process of trying to understand it, but right now I feel like they're more observing it, and they don't know how to figure out how they feel. So there is some, I don't know, with this joy and celebration in marriage, that's one of the things they see flying around in that, but it's not the only thing. And so a lot going on inside their heart there, Premia. Feel like they need some time to figure things out, is what I feel. And while we're waiting, it's like, how am I feeling about me, right? Use that time while they're figuring stuff out. Go, let me figure out things about me. How do I feel about myself? What are my thoughts about myself, my emotions about myself? What do I want in life? It's a good time for you to reflect too, because they're a great mirror for us, right? All right. So sorry, that's what they have for you right now, Premia. Not a whole lot more than that. So hang in there, many blessings. And then Anusri, you are up next. How will your future spouse be? All right, let's see what else, Spirit. What other tidbit they're wanting to share with you here? They don't give us everything, right? So we have the 3 of Cups. Someone that's very joyful, celebrates, and I like that. They've got peace of mind too with the 4 of Swords. So mental stability with joy. So someone very balanced between their emotions and their mind with these 2 cards coming in here. I just feel like they know their tribe. They've got a great support group around them. Um, and they've let go of a lot of expectations and a lot of these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos. That explains a lot why they have this big joy and this mental stability here with those cards. So I like it. It's someone who is not bothered by the world. I just feel like they have this beautiful peace and joy in their life, and it's not based on circumstances. It's by choice and by their inner work that they've done. So I like them for you. Very, very solid foundation, and I like that. So that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings. All right. And then Alexis, you are up next. So you have a group of girls spiritually attacking, stalking, and harassing you. They're posing as fake or false twin flames. They participate in spell work and have gone to practitioners. One of them is psychic and has some sort of obsession or negative feelings towards you because um, oh, because you are too. You are psychic too. All right. So it started almost 3 years ago. Is there anything you need to be worried about, and are you safe? All right. Um, so I love that you asked this question, Alexis, because it's so important for us to realize our power in that when we understand the whole scheme of how energy works, we um, through our power of choice, like the chariot energy of the chariot in the major arcana, is we every moment we are choosing our story. We're applying the energy of emotion we're putting forward, the energy that we're exuding, what we're drawing, like attracts like, and our physical action. No one can impose their energy on my life. Like casting spells, people can try casting spells, but what's happening is that energy is coming back to us. We always are casting a spell upon ourself, whatever we're doing, right? And so when other people are, uh, attacking, stalking, harassing, when we feel they're just doing actions out there, but the power over our life doesn't come from them. It comes from what we give it through our power of choice. Every moment is an energetic choice. Higher vibrational love of unconditional love and joy, laughter and peace, right? Or lower vibrational energy, which there's nothing wrong with it. It's what we come here to experience, but it's rooted in fear, right? And so if someone comes up to me and says, "You know what? I'm casting a spell on you that you're going to get sick." And if they point at me and tell me that, and I'm like, I believe it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get sick. I'm going to get sick. I believe that their statements are going to get me sick. It's not them doing it that's making me sick. It's me putting that energy to the universe going, "Hey, I'd like to get sick." And they're like, "Order up, here's sickness." Oh my God, their curse worked. But if they come up to me and go, "I put a curse on you and you're going to get sick." And I'm like, "Oh, boo, 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 you're so cute." And I don't put any energy into it at all. In fact, I reinforce going, "I am so grateful for my health. Thank you." That it makes me even healthier. And so see how our energy is what rules over our life. Their energy is what rules over their life. So if I'm saying they're attacking me, my thoughts are attacking me. I can release it going, they are just doing their little 2-year olds in them are doing things. And I'm not bothered by it because I get to choose whether I'm bothered by it at all. So you don't have, psychically anything to be afraid of. We'll pull some cards here because there's nothing that they can do to you that unless you allow it to, right? Yeah. Yeah. So you've got the high priestess, which is you with your psychic abilities, the wheel of fortune, everything fine, everything flowing for you. And you have the knight of pentacles. All of this is happening on purpose for you, though. And I know, why in God's green earth would you ask for this? Well, that's a good question to ask your higher self. Why did I want this to happen for me, in my life? The Knight of Pentacles is the pursuit of higher worth. That quest that they're on is for how do I relate my worth in relationship to the outside world? Where am I putting my power, right? And so you are getting this back. This is this journey that's happening on purpose for a purpose for you to really look at it and going, okay. So I see all of their actions, the attacking, the stalking, the harassing, the posing, that they're going to practitioners, they're doing spell work and all this. It doesn't matter. Your energy is only the only energy that can impact you. And just a story so that you can kind of put it into a picture in your mind, and spirit's bringing it back to me because I love, like, it's a vampire, right? And we're taught, well, there's different scenarios. You hear a knock on the door, and in this scenario, you have to invite vampires into your home for them to be able to come in. Okay, it's important for the story. So you look through the little peephole and you see that it's a vampire, and you're like, all right, I'm not. You don't even respond. You don't even answer the door. Nothing happens, right? They knock on the door, you look through it, and you open the door, and they're like, "Let me into your house, and I want to suck your blood." And you're like, no," and you slam the door. Nothing happens, right? Third scenario, they knock on the door, you open it up, they're like, "Let me in," and you're like, "Okay, come on in," and they come in and, rah, they bite on your neck, and while they're sucking your blood that you're giving them, you're like, "I uninvite you." They get fly back out of your house, you slam the door, because that's your power. The fourth scenario is you hear a knock on a door, you open it up, the vampire's there, they said, "Let me in," you're like, "No," and they're like, "Well, the per the contract written in their name, written in their, handwriting, according to the rules, you have to give me 3 bags of your blood here," and they throw you the bags of blood through your door, and if you go, "Well, okay," and you plug it in and you give them the blood and you hand it back to them, they suck the blood, they throw it back in, "I need 3 more." If we keep giving them our energy, that's us, right? So all those scenarios show our power and that we're the ones in control of it. So it is this empowerment, this time for you to step into this awareness of who you are and the power you hold and the power that they do not hold over your life. So I like that. So all that for you, Alexis, and whoever else that was for. So many blessings to you, and hang in there. Um, Whatever you focus on is what grows. So if you begin to focus on your energy and gratitude, joy, you'll start drawing in higher vibrational experiences. That's your power, right? If you focus on your fears, what you fear they will do, what you hate in your life, you just are asking for more of it, right? So change your energy and then you change your life. Okay. All right. Love it. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Shay B, you are up next. What do you need to change in your life to meet a long lasting relationship? All right. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Nope, none of those. All right. And this one right here. All right. So you've got some of these long lasting held beliefs with the devil card here. It's Saturn, Capricorn energy. It's the shaker and the rattler of our life belief systems. Things we believed our entire life are brought forward to us so we can question it to go, why do I believe that? A lot of times with um, love and relationship, we have, like I said, a long list of supposed to, should, need to, have to, must that we've been inundated with from family and society and all these sorts of things. They come in there and it's like, okay, you know what? Why do I believe this? We have so many restrictions that we have this small, thin window that we're telling the universe it has to be this kind of person in this kind of way in this timing, and this is how I have to fit it in there. And they're like, well, there's not anyone in that small portion that you're zeroing out. There's all these other possibilities out here. So if you'll release all these expectations, trust me, that I will bring the perfect person in the perfect way in the perfect timing. They will ship a lot sooner. This person's on back order for 1,000 years. I like that. This freedom that comes in. And the Three of Pentacles shows not being concerned about pleasing other people and about, afraid of punishment or losing people's support, about being true to your authentic self and you pursuing your path. I like this because when you are true to you, and you are following what you want to do, you're not making finding love your passion, you're living your passion. You've got the ace. Wow. You got both the ace of swords and the ace of wands on the bottom here, which is about cutting away those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, transforming them into seeing what you're wanting out of love in a different way. But it is also you stepping forward and living a passion and doing things that you love, because in doing what you love, you meet someone who enjoys doing some of the same things. And this is what comes in here for you. You do end up with the 10 of Cups. Here's one of those relationship cards of this feeling and fullness of emotion that comes in. But it isn't about trying to jump through a bunch of loopholes and try to be who you think everyone thinks that you should be in order to be lovable. This is about you being you, finding out who you are. If you've been uh, trying to be who everyone wanted you all your life, you may not have an idea of who you are. And so it's clearing away all that stuff and those stories and those rules and who am I, discovering who you are. And as you're expressing who you are, that's who someone falls in love with. And that's where this long lasting relationship happens. Because short-term relationships happen when we try to be who we think someone wants us to be. And eventually they find out that's not who we are. They're like, well, I want you to be who you presented yourself to be. And it's like, whoops. Nah, I can only do it for so long. That's why I love this about you expressing and being true to you. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to try to be anyone else than you are. You just be, and they love you, and you love them for them. And that's what true joy in a relationship is, right? Right. So that's what they have for you, Shay B. So many blessings to you. All right. Let me just see how many we have left here. All right. So, Minahil, hello, hello. So, we want to know in which month you'll get work-related opportunity in 2024. All right, let's see. Let's see what Spirit is willing to let you know about when will you find work based on current energies and choices. Yeah, current energy and choices. So, you've got the Chariot card, which is choices, and you have the 10 of Swords here. You can have the range is as early as next month all the way to October. I know what, but that's what's great is that it's in your hands. It's a wide range, and it depends on this 10 of Swords. Looking at and letting go of the expectations around work of the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must. This is the releasing of all the rules about and beliefs about who you are and what you have to be and should be. That Chariot card is victory, it is movement, but 10 of Swords is a great card to have because it's the cutting away of the limitations that you've had on yourself with your mindsets. And what I mean by that is like when you go, like what you feel your abilities are, what you think the possibilities are. Like when you go to a website to do job searches and you put all those filters on around, well, can only be in these three areas, it gets rid of a lot of opportunities, right? They're saying uncheck all that. Search whatever area you're wanting to live in, to work in, whatever. And don't limit by, well, it has to be this city, this country, whatever. What are you wanting to do? Don't let anything limit you and go, you know what? I do want to work overseas, or I do want to work over there, or I do want to do this, whatever. And just search and find out, because it's you that is the only person that can hold you back. And it's these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that we've taken on growing up that are limiting you, but there's this freedom that comes in. So anywhere between now and October can be it, but it's in your hands, which is where we want it with that Chariot. I get to choose the stories, the emotions, the energy, and my actions. No one else does. I get to choose. And so you're changing the story about who you are and what you're capable of and what's possible. And you're like, all right, let me take a look and see what it is I want to do. And don't limit your search. So I feel like that's important. Excuse me. So that's what's coming in for you, Minahil. So many blessings. And then Vidi Jalan, hello, hello. You are up next. So, hello. What message do you need to hear regarding your love life? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know regarding your love life? All right, here you go. All right. This is a great combo here. Two of Cups, relationship, star card, wishing upon a star. So, what message you need to hear is that, any love is possible, um, and not to give up hope, but also clarity on what you want out of a relationship and why, I feel comes in here too. Because, it's like you're walking along a beach and you find a little genie lamp. It's not a big one with 3 wishes. It's a mini genie with 1 wish. And it's like, what would your 1 wish be regarding relationship? And it's that allows you to really look at it and going, "Wow, what do I want out of a relationship?" I know I've been told a lot about what I supposed to and I should and everything, and a dream come true would be this, but really on that list, if you could only have 1 of them, which one would you want? And you're like, "Well, I'd want this." And why? Why do you want that? And then once you determine that it's something you want, not something that you were told you were supposed to want, then you move it onto this wish list. And you're like, okay, well, what's the second thing that I would want? And you just start going down this wish list of what you want out of a relationship. And you're understanding what it means, why it is there any fear around it? And if there's fear, then that's probably what someone else told you you're supposed to, because the things that bring you joy in thinking about what you want in a relationship are what your heart wants, not what your mind wants. And I feel like there's this sorting out between this, because it's really, if you had truly a one wish genie, you'd be like, I want this. And why? And just imagine yourself with that all your life, right? You're like, That's not as important anymore. What I really want is someone with a sense of humor." Yes, you know, and then someone with this, someone with that, and you're realizing a lot about yourself, and you're really realizing a lot about these expectations you have about who you're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be, how it's all supposed to be, and thinking about what is it supposed to bring me. And there's a lot of clarity. So this is what I feel like you need to hear regarding your love life is, um, are you really wanting what you want, or are you wanting what you were convinced you're supposed to want? All right, and that's what they have for you. Yay! For now. So many blessings, dear BD. Right, and then blessed one, you are up next. So you want to know what is coming in for you. Let's take a look here and see. What does Spirit want you to know about what is coming in for you? All right, so these two actually you get a bonus. You get a third one. All right. All right. Well, you have a lot of. Well, let's just do it this way. Well, let me see. Let's see if I can do this. See if I can put up with 1 hand. There we go. So you got the Hermit card in the middle. The Hermit card is this time of stepping away and connecting higher, because you do have both the Page of Swords and is it the Page of Pentacles. So, with this guidance, when you turn inward and upward to Spirit, which is what the Hermit is about, is stepping away, connecting to Spirit, you get some clarity that comes in here with the Ace of Swords on seeing things from a higher perspective in your life. And it's cutting away some old beliefs that are rooted in fear, and it's being transformed into wisdom and knowledge about why do I fear that? Why do I think I need that? Blah 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 blah. A lot of clarity that comes in, right? And that's what brings in these new opportunities. And it's heightened opportunities. Pages are 11s, right? It's like you've gone from the ace all the way up to the 10, and it's heightened. It's an upgrade that's coming in here regarding your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, but it also impacts the opportunities that are coming forward in your life. And all this, you know, um, newness that is happening here, but it's definitely an important thing for you to take a step away from all the chaos and get into the quietness so you can really see things more clearly and have that unfold for you. right? So that's what they have for you right now, blessed one. So many blessings to you. And then the last that I have for this evening, and if I missed anyone, biggest apologies. I thought I went through very carefully, but it happens. And if I did, I will be back tomorrow and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and this evening, not this evening, tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Mountain Time as well. So my last reading for this evening is Dune. Hey, Dune. So will you afford a vacation this quarter? Let's take a look here and see based on current energies. All right. So let's take a look here. All right. I feel like it will. You have the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. You have the Three of Cups, which is joy celebration, but I feel like you're able to go on it. And I think we talked about that in one of your readings. It's like you're able to go with a friend or two, which helps with expenses. And so I feel like you are able to afford a vacation. It may not be a big one, that you go places, but you have the Six of Cups, which is kind of like a childhood dream-ish type, but also um it's past life connections too. So I feel like that you're drawn to go visit somewhere and that you're able to eventually, maybe it's like the last week of the quarter with the Seven of Pentacles being the patience kind of card. Like it's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So be patient. But I feel like you do plan something with a small group of friends, which makes it more affordable for you to go on vacation. Like you guys can rent a home for much cheaper, and all of you can stay in it instead of different hotel rooms, and like you drive together instead of and like you rent a giant van instead of having a rental car or airfare or whatever. I just feel it's like that type of savings that comes in with it all. The Six of Cups is interesting. That is the past life um, connections here. So, but childhood too. So it could be childhood friends, or you want to go visit somewhere where you used to visit as a child, or just has this connection of people, situations, places from your past come back to help with it too. So I do feel like that's a yes with all of that coming in there, Dune. So just be open to allowing it to be with a group of people, um, and that kind of like I said, that kind of information with childhood memories or childhood people or childhood place. It's just something along with that kind of comes into it all too. All right. So that's what they have for you. And for everyone else, I will here in a moment, I'll post a pin a comment with the order in which the readings occurred so you can find your reading more easily. And again, thank you for all the thumbs up. Shows me you're enjoying these free videos. And again, thank you for all your love and all support. And remember, every second of every day of your life that you are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your night or day, wherever you're at in the world, and we'll see you soon. Until then, much love, and you hang in there. See you soon.